Welcome to the DB Network. I'm here with Mark Parson, Michael Coast Jr., current DB at West Virginia University, just transferred from Nevada. Let's start with that. How has that experience been coming from a smaller school in Nevada, and now you're in a Power Four conference?
It's a big difference, like resources wise and everything. Like, it's a huge difference. You know, by like the nutrition and everything, training room, recovery. It's a big difference. Weight room, more technology. So like, it's a big difference.
And Mike, I'm gonna take you back a little bit further. So where you from?
I'm from Mississippi, Biloxi, Mississippi.
Okay, I two of my roommates, my college roommates, were from the SIP. That's what they say, man. I'm from the SIP.
Yeah, but I'm really from Louis, Mississippi, and I moved to Biloxi, Mississippi, and I've been staying there like my whole life. So I really claim both.
Okay, so you from the South. How in the world you end up in Nevada? Like, give me that whole story, man. Like, how
Uh, you talking about how I ended up to Nevada?
yeah, how'd you get recruited? That whole process.
Oh yeah, I went. Well, I played JUCO at East Central Community College. Like my last year, I had like some good G5 offers and everything. Close home, Southern Miss, Troy, all that. But in Nevada, like the coach staff, like they came down all the way down to see me. And like me, I ain't the type of person who like to stay close to home or nothing like that. So like I went out there and everything, and it was like it was a good fit. And I liked the coaches who was there. And then like I always want to like branch off and go far away because like you can use football and all that like extra resource to like meet new people, like see how things move around and everything. Because I already knew how things in South of Mississippi was going, so I just wanted to go like branch off the West Coast and that was the right fit for the football. And then like that experience there like still helped me to this day. Like you can fit in any type of way. So
Hmm.
that's why I chose Nevada.
So so JUCO. So you went to JUCO. Let's talk
Yeah.
about experience, but you didn't. A lot of people go to JUCO for different reasons.
Yeah.
So let's talk about your high school career and just your outlook on football and how that changed, got you into JUCO, and then got you to where you are now.
Yeah, well, my high school career, I ain't play football in high school or middle school, so I ain't really play. But like I was saying, I always watched Mark. I always watched like because I was always a fan like of football though. Like I always like one on ones and everything. I used to watch that like all the time. So I just watched it for fun. Like you used to break down one on ones and everything because like I just watched it and then I got a job like after I graduated because I ain't know what I want to do with my life or nothing. So like cause like I never played for. I played in Pop One or Pee Wee. That was the last time I ever played. But I played running back, so like that was the last time I played. Then I worked a job for like a year, and then I was like, man, I don't know what I'm gonna do because I ain't know. I was always a athlete, but I gave up because I was playing basketball and baseball, and I gave that up like in ninth grade. So I ain't know what I want to do. I was an athlete, so I was like, man, I don't know what I want to do. So when I worked the job, it was the arcade play, big play at in Mississippi. I worked that job. And I was like, man, I can't do this for the rest of my life. And so I seen on Facebook like walk on tryouts. Like with the college I went to, East Central Community College, and I seen that. And then I was playing 707 football with my boys. So like like that's what really like. I was like okay, because I still was twitchy, fast, catching the ball like it was second nature. So and then because I we used to go out there do one on ones and everything, and like it was fun, like being DB, just trying to stop somebody. So I was like, man, I might as well try to go out there because the trial's probably like $10 and everything. So I was like, I ain't got nothing to lose. I might as well go out there and try to do something. Then I went out there. We did like a whole testing, one on ones and everything. Then the coach called me back and was like, he liked the way I play and everything.
So, hey, so Mike, so I'm gonna tell you this. Just like when you reached out to me, and I told you, I said, man, that was you, man. First of all,
Yeah,
taking risk, going out there, shooting your shot, your DNA, your athletic ability, coming into it. So, I commend you on that. But I want to plug the DB network. All right. So you
yeah,
telling me you weren't even playing high school ball. You were watching videos and you were able to see the information that we put out and then apply it. Go out there and get you a scholarship, man, to
yep.
play JUCO. That's crazy, man.
That's
That
that's
is
exactly
crazy.
that's exactly how I have it. like, cause like I do the drills. I was, cause like really I ain't never told nobody. Like I tried out or nothing. I ain't tell my mom. I ain't tell my boys or nothing. Like I just kept it to myself. Like when I was at job, cause I worked at an arcade. So like Saturday, like I was like 5 to 1 o'clock in the morning. So like I had a 24 hour at the gym. So I'm at the gym as soon as I get out of work, like at 12 in the morning, 1 in the morning, and then I go to the backyard or something and do like the drills and everything. Like so like them videos and everything would help me. Like that's what helped me in the day game. Cause like I guess like me seeing that from there and not playing helped me out like with now because like being patient and all that like it helped me with now because I ain't have no bad habits. Like that's just what I knew like by watching the channel. So that's what like it really helped me to now.
Yeah, man, that's amazing, man.
Yeah, that is crazy, man, and that's like one of the most inspirational stories that I've ever heard. And
Yeah,
then so it's one thing being able to get to college, and a lot of people the story ends there, or that's the peak of the story. You go on
yeah,
to lead all of college football in pass deflections,
yeah,
which is a crazy stat because that means like you're making plays, and that's a stat that you held for the entire season. So let's get into some techniques. So let's go into your mindset of technique. Are you a press guy? You're an off guy? What'd you guys play in Nevada? Like what about you or about what you do was allowing you to make plays at the highest level?
really my coaching staff from Nevada like started with practice and everything because like they know like even everybody on the team know like I'm pressed like that's all I like to do. Like we had pattern reads or something. They like nah, just put Mike in press, let him get number one. Because really that's what happened like throughout the whole season. Like I had so much ball production, I was probably leading them with targets too against me because like I don't want to thank the D coordinator because every game I guarded the number one receiver. Like if he was the most targeted on that team, they locked me on him. Like this what you got. That was like really majority of all the seasons came. Like I had the number one guy. So really that's what all it came to. Like press him, try to take him out the game, and they put me in a position to do that. So that's what really happened. But I love pressing.
And Mike, what's your coach's name? Let's give him a shout out. What's your coach's name?
And that Joey Thomas is my corner coach and my defense coordinator Kane Ione.
Got you. Got you.
And I met them. I actually met them, Mark, which is crazy because I brought a DB. He's 6'3". I'm like, coach, like I know he could play in Nevada. Just give him a look. So
Yeah,
that's a funny story because he was like, I like tall corners. I like long corners. If you can look me in the eye, I'll never forget it. He was like, if you look at me in the eyes, like, yeah, I like that. I like that.
yeah,
And then so I'm 5'9". We're everybody
yeah,
on this call is under six
yeah,
foot. So
yeah,
how do you? And man, I remember having to navigate that stigma or stereotype of like
yeah,
I only want long corners, and I had to battle uphill, climb the roster.
yeah.
So how did you climb the roster, being not your coach's ideal type, to him saying, all right, all that's out the window, Mike, you got him.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. It's funny because you sound just like him when he say that. Because even when because my first year he wasn't my coach. Like, we had a new coach staff and everything, and I had a solid first year. I played like I played 300 snaps and everything. Had one pick, five pass deflections, but I didn't give up a single touchdown. So I had a solid year. So then the second year came. And that's when the new coach staff came and everything from Texas and with Coach Thomas. So like me hearing it, he gonna tell you like, yeah, I like long corners, tall and all that. I'm like, man, I ain't really me. I ain't trying to hear that. I'm like, it sound good and everything, but I ain't really trying to hear it. And then, but really like it started with spring and everything, cause like he one of the coaches like he want competitive, like he wants you to press. He like that's what he want because he played and he wants you to go down there and go get your work. Like he don't want like no free access and everything. So he seen my mentality, like me loving the press and great technique and everything. So that's when he was like, yeah, yeah, he different from the other 6 foot corners or under because he want to go down there every snap and go press. And then it gained respect and like throughout the season he seen my success and he helping me like he that long corner just stopped with him. He probably still wanted, but like with me he probably seen me as 6'2", 6'3" when we played.
As I hear your story, man, Mike, the difference that I see in you is definitely also your mindset. And I think just thinking about how you had to get a job, like you graduate from high school and you don't know what you want to do, so you become a man right then and there. Where a
Yeah,
lot of guys, they're still, being
yeah,
babies. They don't know how the
yeah,
real world is.
yeah, yeah,
So something that I see that you got an edge over everybody else, because guess what? You know what the real world is.
yeah.
Man, I got a 9 to 5. I don't even like what I'm
And,
doing. And then you still had the opportunity to, you know what? Let me change the direction of my life. I want to do this and then have success. So I think you're not going to take this opportunity for granted like a
yeah,
lot of guys
that's
do.
it. Most definitely. That's what I was telling people. Like in a job, that's probably the best thing that ever happened to me. Like at that moment, I'm like, man, like what on? Because my mama, she ain't even know. She like, man, you gonna get a job. You ain't finna be in my house. So I'm like, man, I don't even know. Like, but getting that job, I'm seeing like, especially I'm working in the arcade and everything. I'm like, it's just repetitive. Everything happen the same thing every day. You really ain't gonna elevating unless you really get another job or something. So I'm like, man, this is like a cycle, like it's repetitive. I'm like, man, I ain't finna keep doing this. And then you get 2 off days and something like that. So really, that really made me hungry. Like I'm like, man, like I don't even want to go back to seeing that. So like that's what really, really strive me for real. Like that job.
That's right.
Yeah, man. That that's great to hear, and that's great for all the people watching this because I'm dealing with kids now who feel privileged, and going into the NIL. I think the NIL and the transfer portal often comes with negative news as far as I'm seeing people transferring because
Yeah,
hey, coach yelled at me, I'm out of here, or I don't
yeah,
want to compete, I'm out of here, or hey,
yeah,
who has the most money, you know. And I love stories like you where the transfer portal, you're able to use that to kind of elevate your status. All right.
yeah,
So like, you've earned your way to play on a bigger stage. So take us through the transfer portal process. Like,
yeah,
what is it, from when you decide that I want to do this, what are the steps you need to take? And then, and how did it go from that thought process to pen to paper and now you're at West
yeah.
Virginia?
So what really happened was because I'm a JUCO guy, and I guess that Diego situation, we got an extra year left. So I'm thinking in my head I'm going to the lead. So like I'm like I'm going to lead so and so, because like I was getting feedback. I was going late round, like 6th round to prior to draft the free agency. So I'm hearing that. So I'm like, and I'm still like, I'm communicating with like the Eastern Shrine Bowl game. I was like next up in line and everything. But time went by, I was studying. I wasn't getting an invite. So my head was still like, I'm finna go to these bowl games, show out, and boost my stock. Then when the rule passed officially, there was like people calling my phone. They was like, Mike, what you gonna do? All this and that. But I told him, I'm like, man, my goal to go to the league. I don't really care about college, all that. So, but I was still waiting for that invite. So I never really got the invite. Like 2, 3 days later, it was like official. Like, yeah, that. So I was like, man, let me just test it out. Let me see. Asked around what people think I should do, and I seen. Uh, I entered the portal like, but when I entered the portal, that was like phone blowing up. I'm like, man, this crazy. Like, really, almost every majority of school in America hit me up, calling me and everything. So I'm like, yeah, that's what I was like, I'm ain't gonna stick to this route and try to put more things on film against bigger opponents.
Yeah, man, that's incredible, man. Because I was talking to a coach just the other day, Mike and D, and man, they're not even looking at the high school players. I mean,
Yeah,
he said, Mark, I'm not even looking at high school players. They're going straight to the portal. So
yeah,
this is an amazing time where, you got the NIL, you got your opportunities to financially progress, and like you said, put more film out there for you to
yeah,
increase your stock, man. So this is
yeah,
incredible timing, man. You're in the right place at the right time, bro.
yeah.
Man, tell me about it. And what was your motivation, when you're looking at schools? Because, some are money motivated, some are scheme motivated, some are coach motivated. So what was your motivation? You say you heard from a lot of schools.
Yeah.
What were you looking for?
It was really schematic. And then, like, for my last year, like, I had SEC schools, I had Big 12, ACC, but it was for, like, my last year, I wanted to, you know, be able to play, go to the best situation where it is possible for me to come in and be a starter. And it really schematic because, like, talking to scouts too well, like, last year I played, like, a lot of outside, and I played like slot like nickel couple times and everything. So it was really schematic. I was like, this should be show my versatility, more because good hitting feedback. Like, okay, yeah, nickel. That's what they probably see me at. It's good to put both of that on tape. So like when the draft do come back around, it won't be no questions. Can he play nickel? Like we got it on tape, he can play it. So that's what really like my goal.
And I'm gonna give you a tip. Look up when we get off the call. Look up Tampa Bay Buccaneers Rondé Barber. Okay.
Yeah,
When I was with the Texans, my coach David Gibbs, man, he made a cut up of Rondé Barber playing nickel. Man, first of all, he played. How many years did he play? D? It was like 20 years, something crazy.
Yeah, for sure.
But he was
Yeah.
eating that nickel, man. So that's a good guy that you want to study. And he's not a
yeah,
tall guy. He's all height. So good,
yeah.
you can model your game when it comes to inside.
Okay, yeah. I'm most definitely checking them out.
1 second, guys. No, the final ends of it. Um, so I remember, Mike. We were talking about our first call. We were talking about just like your ability to see things or your ability to stay patient and press,
Yeah,
things like that. Like so, just walk us through like what you're looking at and why you feel like you just have that sixth sense about press man. Are you a hard press man? Are you going at him? Are you a
yeah.
soft shoe guy? Just take us through different receivers and what you're thinking when you're trying to go up against them.
It depends. Like big receiver, like you physical. I'm not gonna really try to play his game with his game. I'm gonna be like soft shoot, because it's like me. I'm quick and I trust my feet. Like the older I got, you can reroute somebody with your feet. You ain't gotta use your hands and do all that. Like you get them wide and everything. And me, like what I had success. Like, cause last year Coach Thomas he introduced like me being a smaller guy and everything and quick playing outside leverage for me. Like even on 1st and 10, like even throughout like down the distance, yeah, but like mainly playing outside leverage to the inside, they helped me out a lot. Cause like you got to go against a bigger receiver and you outside leverage. I'm quick, I kick step. I'm really over top, so it ain't really nothing. Like, and I can jump, so and everything. And then, like, I trust my quickness. Like, you got to break for a slant. Like, I'm feel like I'm quick enough if I'm making you break, and I'm gonna still beat you to the spot, even if I'm outside leverage. And that's what he showed me too. Cause like a lot of people like, oh yeah, you inside, so you ain't gonna get beat on the slant, and then all that in the post and everything. But for me, even in press, it's easier for me to guard a post outside leverage than inside leverage because you underneath and the outside leverage don't be over top. So like really that small tweak, and then like another small thing, like even when I was in junior college, I used to try to crowd the line of scrimmage. Like I used to try to crowd it, even like my first year. But like me, I realized like you play with your space. You ain't got to be that close. Like when I went like a yard and a half off the line, you could see things happen. Like like even he reset, come to you. Like that's when I play over top. Like that's way easier than trying to crowd the line because everything will happen quick. Like so you have to open up the gate if you do a speed release. Like instead of you a yard and a half off, you can kick step if you do a speed release. Like small stuff like that. Really like the small details. Like that's what really be like when you get old and everything, like playing more, like it's crazy. Them small things would be like you be like, yeah, this way easy.
Yeah, so the thing about cornerback is, I'm gonna tell you one thing I like about you, Mike. You mix athleticism, so you're an incredible athlete, man. And but then as we listen to you talk and you sharing your philosophy and how you see the game, like most guys, especially your age in college football, cannot express themselves and share their philosophy when it comes to covering guys. I mean, a lot of guys just
Yeah,
you'd be surprised, even in the league, just line up and they just depend on their athleticism. But you're able to process the
yeah,
information from your coach, process the information that you hear here, and create your own style of how you play. I'm just
yeah,
telling you that's very impressive.
yeah,
Especially at the cornerback spot where a lot of guys may be athletic, but they can't really explain what they're doing. So that's
yeah,
impressive, man.
So no, I agree. I agree. And that's definitely I wish you the best in this season, but I already see the early makings of an elite coach because it's very difficult. And I guess, Coach Thomas, I didn't have the privilege, I would say, of having a DB coach that played it. So I was always taught it
yeah,
from a piece of paper. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
having somebody to teach it that played it and can teach it and articulate is huge. Man, you've already helped a ton of kids watching this video,
Yeah,
not only with your story, but with your mind, your mentality. So we appreciate it. Mark, you
appreciate you.
got anything else?
Not for the video, but I will ask you this, Mike. You know Makai? Have you met Makai? Makai's a DN.
Talking about West Virginia,
Yeah, Makai Everson, is that his last name?
bigger, stronger, faster, all that. Like I was trying to tell people, like at the end of the day, like you gotta separate yourself, like with this game, like it ain't high school no more. Like it's about technique. Like that's like if you play the position, even receivers, all about technique. Everybody at this level, fast, strong, is all about who excel with their technique to make them to the next level. And then, like I was saying, like then I take like with rivalries and everything. Me personally, I be trying to me. I ain't the type of person who really get into the rivalry and all that. Cause like me, I try to treat every game like a rivalry. I don't try to wait till no one game come and it's like, oh yeah, this rivalry. Every game I take, I try to see like it's rivalry, like because either way it go, rivalry or not, I'm still out there trying to dominate you. So like it really don't be a difference. But like crowd atmosphere is a big difference, and like coaches' energy. But me, I try to see every game like mark one game on the calendar, be like, yeah, this gonna be it. I try to see that as every game.